Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam. So welcome everyone to this short video. My name is Sri Nithya Mitrananda and I'm originally from Canada, province of Quebec in Canada, close to Montreal. I'm right now in India in the Bengaluru Adinam, Nithyananda Peetham, which is literally the spiritual university of Paramahamsa Nithyananda, my guru. And I came from a life in Canada where I was trained as a geologist. I went to McGill University in Montreal and UBC, did a master's degree in UBC in geology, in mineral exploration. I spent years working in El Salvador on gold exploration projects and as well on volcanic studies. There's a lot we can say about what I'm going to share right now with you, but I want to make it more specific in the line of the volcanic studies and what is going on here in the heart of the Bengaluru Adinam, where the Sanatana Hindu Dharma is being revived completely by Paramahamsa Nithyananda, especially through, or I can say this is just the tip of the iceberg, through his Gurukul Balasans. They're kids studying here in the ashram and they're expressing different levels of possibilities. We call those Shaktis in the Vedic tradition. Shaktis are powers and from the oneness on the conscious level. Now, I'm not going to go into this because Swamiji has explained in many videos and I urge you to go and listen, watch his videos on the YouTube channel, Nithyananda TV. I'll put the link to some of them on this video. But I want to share with you, especially a scientific community, what happened in those last few days and what I've experienced. Swamiji has initiated his balasans into various powers, like I was saying. There are different dimensions of those powers, which you'll be able to find in his talks also. But one of the first initiations is what he's calling the length dimension, which is everything related to logic. All the information available in this universe that is governed by logic. It could be anything, maths, chemistry, physics, you name it. Distances, what is the speed of the rotation of the earth, what is the distance between the sun and Pluto or Jupiter, what is the diameter of Jupiter, or what is the distance between galaxies, anything, you just name it. The thing is, with this initiation, what the balasans do, and they'll take a granite slab, okay, it's granite, there's a slab and they'll apply a sacred substance on it called Jnananjana. I'm not going to go into the details of what is Nithyananda. It's basically pure ghee. It's clarified butter, and it's been energized. And it goes through a special process. Swamiji prepares that substance, and we apply it here. Basically, it becomes the third eye, the sacred vision of the cosmos. Through this third eye of Swamiji, the balasans, the kids, will simply connect with Swamiji's presence, and things will just be revealed to them in the slab. Now, the answers just pop up. It just appears. So I thought, okay, now they've been going through complicated math, algebraic equations or multiplications in the line of 10 digits, 9 digits, divisions, anything, you name it, they'll just see the answer and in less than a minute, the answer will be out. Sometimes it's just less than 5 seconds. So now I thought, okay, that's interesting. I have a volcanology background. Why not put this into volcanology? One of the main things that science has been trying to do is, for example, predicting earthquakes or predicting volcanic eruptions. We have all kinds of machines to monitor volcanoes over years and years and years, to be able to establish some pattern and then eventually possibly see that yes, in 10 years or 100 years or 1,000 years, this volcano will erupt. So I thought, well, that's one way of doing it. That's the logical mind's way of doing it. But this is not the actual potential that we have. And what we're seeing is that the kids, through Swamiji's initiation, can simply know what has happened and what is happening and what is going to happen. It's simply knowledge. It's under the logic dimension. So I thought I would make a little test, a trial run. Let me just share that with you, okay? Because it's quite amazing. I picked up 3 volcanoes, which are very well known. Mount Vesuvius in Italy, Krakatoa in Indonesia, and Mount St. Helens in United States. And of course, when I went and I said, okay, when was the last eruption? I put my dates down. I said Mount Vesuvius in 1631. The last big eruption, of course, before that, even in 79-80, there was a devastating eruption, quite famous for wiping out Pompeii. So then Krakatoa means in 1883, there was literally a year without summer. It affected the whole planet, that scale of eruption. That was in August 1883. And then Mount St. Helens, more recent, 1980, May 1980. You might have heard about Mount St. Helens, definitely in the circle of volcanologists. It's been very famous because it was so well monitored and recorded, and all the processes that happened during the eruption. So I sent my questions over to the Balasant and said, okay, what was the last eruption of those volcanoes? That was my question. I did not mention anything about the size. I just said, when was the last eruption? The answers that came out was Krakatoa, end of March 2014, Vesuvius, 1944, and the Balasant said, actually, this is a very old volcano. He said, very old. Mount St. Helens, July 2008. So I said, oh, okay, I was a bit disappointed because I thought he missed somehow. So I said, okay, maybe he needs practice. Maybe the power is going to express through maybe another Balasant. I said, hey, wait a minute. I only asked him, when was the last eruption? I went through my own way of looking at the last eruption based on the size of the eruption. But when was the actual last recorded eruption? I didn't do that diligent job of actually going through time in a detailed way. To my surprise, the answers that he gave were dead on. The Krakatoa is 31st of March 2014, is recorded last eruption. In Vesuvius in March 1944. Mount St. Helens on July 2nd, 2008. Now, that was just too much. I just said, this is it. I mean, there's no way this kid sitting here in India, he's, barely 15 years old, and he is just connecting to that history. In geological time, it could be anything. Last eruption means it could be anything in the geological time. And to pick out just that date, it definitely is the power expressing. Now, I'm just throwing this out there because I know that this is going to make the field of volcanic predictions revolutionized. If we can just know that there is the true science, and I would just put it as an hypothesis. I would ask in a future video, I will share about future eruptions, prediction, which let's see how the future unveils itself. But definitely there's a huge window opening up, which is making the whole education system redundant. The way that we study, the way that we get information, we don't need to go through this suffering of trying to push information inside. We can just simply connect, establish a connection. The knowledge is to our disposal. And what the best part of it is that the logical dimension, the length, is only the superficial, I could say, dimension. What Swamiji is opening up now is the breadth and the depth, which is everything related to even moving this cosmos, actions in this cosmos, the way things are expressed, it just goes beyond our logic. This is happening right here, right now, in the Bengaluru Adinam, Nithyananda Peetham. And if you want to have the science revealed to you, transmitted to you as an experience, not just as some kind of an idea, just come here for 21 days, that's all. Now, it could mean anything for you. It could mean making your decisions better, having the right decisions in your relationships, in your job, in the stock exchange. Who knows? You can just apply it anywhere. So that is available to you also. Adults are manifesting also by this entanglement process, the Shaktipada. And all you need to do is spend 21 days with Swamiji in the Inner Awakening program. And Swamiji is just revealing the science. He said, I came down to show you that you can do it. I didn't come down to show that or tell you that you can't do it. No. To show that you can't do it, he doesn't need to come down. He came in a physical form, and this is Sadashiva, the embodiment of the cosmic energy, the whole cosmos working through this physical body, and surely he is bringing us to that frequency. So this is all I want to share for this, the scientific community at large, and anybody in the world who has a logical mind the way I have, or I used to have. But at least I know now that what we know as science is just a redundant idea. It's time for an evolution in science, and this is the future, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and the science that was developed and is being developed, revealed by the great enlightened beings, incarnations, rishis, yogis. This is where life is. So think about it and enjoy. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer in the comment section in the video. So again, this is Sri Nithyananda, and thank you for watching this video, and definitely watch the Nithyananda TV YouTube channel to know more about all this great science that Swamiji is revealing. Thank you. Nithyanandam.